Greetings, my fellow brothers. Welcome to another boost of manhood for your marriage as we talk about real, honest, and relevant conversations that will build, encourage, and strengthen each other to overcome any obstacle. Today, we're digging into something that men just don't talk about enough: mental health for men. We often hear how men are supposed to be the providers, the protectors, the leaders, but rarely do we ask the deeper question. How is your mind? How is your peace? How is your mindset? Here's the truth. Nearly 60% of men, they never even talk to anyone about their mental health. That's just not a stat, that's a silent crisis. Because when your mental health suffers, everything around you feels it. Your marriage, your kids, your work, your sense of purpose. So let's drop the ego and pride for a few minutes and have a real conversation today. Most men grow up hearing, be strong, don't break, don't cry, just handle it. And many do. But what people don't see is the internal cost, the mental pressure, anxiety, the emotional shutdown. Men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide than women. That's not because we're weaker, it's because we've been conditioned to suffer in silence. You see, a lot of married men are high functioning on the outside and deeply fractured on the inside. When you ignore what's happening internally, it eventually spills out through anger and withdrawal, exhaustion, or just plain out burnout. You can't be a solid husband, father, or leader if your mind is at war. Now let's talk about the direct line between a man's mental health and his marriage. 40 to 50% of divorce cite emotional disconnection and a lack of communication as the leading causes. When you are mentally drained, you don't listen well. You misread your spouse's words. You avoid conversations that require vulnerability. You start feeling like a stranger in your own relationship. Emotional absence is just as damaging as physical absence. When a man can't show up emotionally, the marriage begins to unravel, even if he's still living under the same roof. That's when men say, I just want her to be happy, which translates into anger later on when you are offended by her. Here's the truth. 70% of men say they'd rather deal with it alone than ask for help. That mindset has to die. You don't lose respect by getting help, you gain clarity. Suffering in silence is not noble. It's isolating and dangerous. Let's be real. Talking about your emotion doesn't make you soft, it makes you smart. It's how you protect your peace and preserve your connection. It gives your spouse a way to support you and understand you. When you open up, you allow healing to happen. That's strength. Here's some signs it might be time for you to prioritize your health. You feel constantly tired, even after resting. You're irritated by the small things. You've lost interest in the things you used to enjoy. You feel emotionally numb. You and your spouse feel disconnected, but you can't put it into words. One in 3 men say they feel constantly overwhelmed, but most don't talk about it. These are signals. Don't ignore them. Mental health doesn't fix itself. We have to take care of our minds. Now, please join me next time as we take more steps to be mentally healthy. Make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Hot and Holy Husbands, and on our YouTube channel, Awaken Love Marriage. And check out our website at www.teamtaylorministries.com. Stay healthy, my friends.